the court handling the case of first Vice President Dr. Machar has rejected a request from his defense team to make its own audio and video recording of the remaining court proceeding. The decision was made on Wednesday, August 19, 2026, during the court's 109th session at Freedom Hall in Juba. This is another important moment in a trial that has already attracted a lot of attention inside South Sudan and among South Sudanese living outside the country. The case is not an ordinary court case. It involves one of the South Sudan's most well-known political leaders. It also concerned an event that took place in Nasser, Upper Nile State during fighting in March 2025. Because of Dr. Machar's political position and the seriousness of the charges, many people are closely following what happened inside the courtroom. So, what exactly happened on Wednesday? Dr. Machar's legal team had asked the court for permission to make its own audio and video recording of the proceeding. The request was submitted in writing on August 7, 2026 by Dr. Machar lawyer Kurulwal Kur. The defense said the recording would be useful because they would create a complete digital record of what happened during the trial. Think about a court case that continued for a long time. There are many hours of testimony, there are questions from lawyers, there are answers from witnesses and accused people, there are decisions from judges, there are arguments between prosecution and defense. There are also document and another piece of evidence. Remember, everything from a long trial can be difficult. That is why Dr. Machar lawyers wanted to have their own recording. They argue that a digital record could be kept and used later whenever necessary. The defense lawyer also said such recording could have value beyond Dr. Machar's own legal case. They could potentially be useful to future court. Researchers could study them. Universities and other academic institutions could use them when examining South Sudan political and legal history. The public could also benefit from having a clearer historical record of such an important trial. That was the main argument from Dr. Machar legal team. Prosecution opposed the request. On August 10, 2026, Counsel General Deng Ashwil Adija opposed the application. The prosecution argued that Dr. Machar defense team had not identified a legal provision that would allow the court to give them the special permission they were asking for. In simple terms, the prosecution was saying, where is the law that gives this particular accused person the right to make his own recording? The court then considered the argument from both sides. After considering the request, the three judges rejected it. The judges were especially concerned about the issue of equal treatment. So, why did the court say no? According to this report, Judge Stephen Simon explained the court reasoning. According to the ruling, allowing Dr. Machar lawyer to make their own audio and video recording could give Dr. Machar a facility that had not been provided to the other accused people in the same case. There are several defendants facing charges in this case. If one person is allowed to create his own private recording of the proceeding while the other do not receive the same opportunity, the court say this could create unequal treatment. This was a major reason why the request was rejected. The court also pointed to the timing of the request. Judge Simon say the defense should have made the request earlier, at the beginning of the examination of the accused. Instead, the application was made while the proceedings were already well underway. The court believed that granting the request at this stage could raise constitutional concern about equal right. So the court decided not to create a special recording arrangement for Dr. Machar. So what does this mean? For Dr. Machar defense team, the decision means they cannot make their own audio and video recording of the remaining proceeding under the special permission they requested. The trial itself, however, continue. The rejection of this request does not mean that Dr. Machar has lost his entire case. It is simply a ruling on the defense team request concerning how the proceeding should be recorded. The larger trial remains ongoing, and Dr. Machar still has the opportunity to present his defense according to the procedure set by the court. This distinction is important. A court can reject a particular application without deciding the final outcome of the entire case. The trial will continue. The court also rejected another request. There was another important issue during the same session. Dr. Machar had also requested permission to use written statement instead of giving lengthy oral testimony. The court rejected that request as well. The judge Stephen Simon said written statement could only be accepted under the legal condition provided by the court. According to the ruling, written statement could be admitted after an accused person had been formally charged and had entered a plea of not guilty. Machar is therefore expected to continue giving oral testimony as part of his defense. This means the next court session could remain important because Dr. Machar is still expected to explain his position directly before the judge. Court advised Machar about his lawyers. The court also addressed the issue of Dr. Machar relationship with his legal team. The judges advised Machar to consider changing his lawyer if he no longer had confidence in them. This is another significant part of the ruling. A person facing serious criminal charges need to have confidence in the lawyers representing him. The defense team has an important responsibility. They must present argument. They must challenge evidence. They must question witnesses where necessary. They must protect the legal right of the accused. And they must help the accused understand what is happening during the proceeding. If an accused person loses confidence in his lawyers, that can create problem for the defense. The court therefore raised the possibility that Dr. Machar could consider changing his legal team if he believed his current lawyer were no longer able to represent him properly. So, when will the trial continue? After making its decision, the court adjourned the proceeding. The next session is expected on Friday, August 21, 2026. Dr. Machar is expected to continue giving his defense testimony. This means the case is moving into another important stage. The public will be watching closely to hear what Dr. Machar said about the accusation against him. His testimony could become one of the important part of the defense cases. Why is Machar on trial? Now let's look at the bigger story. Dr. Machar is the fifth accused person in the case. He is being tried together with 7 other defendants. The case is connected to violence that occurred in Nasser, Upper Nile State in March 2025. The fighting involved government forces and forces aligned with the opposition. According to the prosecution, forces associated with Dr. Machar's Sudan People Liberation Army in opposition, known as the SPLA-IO, together with members of the Norway Army, attacked a government military position in Nasser. The prosecution say the attack resulted in heavy casualties. It alleged that 257 soldiers belonging to the South Sudan People Defense Force (SSPDF) were killed. Among those reportedly killed was General David Majudak. The prosecution also claimed that military equipment worth around $15 million was destroyed or seized during the fighting. These are serious accusations, but it is important to remember that these are allegations presented by the prosecution. Dr. Machar and the other defendants have denied the charges. The court still has to consider the evidence and argument presented by both sides. The defense are facing several serious charges. Well, these include treason. They also include murder, conspiracy, terrorism, destruction of public property, and crime against humanity. These charges are extremely serious. If a person is convicted, the consequences could be severe, but at this stage, the defendant remains accused person. The final outcome will depend on the court decision or court consideration of the evidence and the legal argument. This is why the ongoing proceedings are important. Well, the trial is attracting attention for several reasons. First, Machar is a major political figure in South Sudan. He has played an important role in the country's political history. He has also been involved in South Sudan peace process. Second, the case is connected to violence in Upper State. Many South Sudanese are concerned about security in the country and want to know how the government and opposition will deal with political disagreement. Third, the trial is taking place while South Sudan is preparing for national election. That makes the case even more politically sensitive. The country is expected to hold election in December 2026. At the same time, questions remain about the implementation of the peace agreement and the future political role of different leaders. This means the court case involving Machar is being watched not only as a legal matter, but also because of what it could mean for South Sudan political future. South Sudan is at a sensitive point right now. The country wants to move toward election, but many people are still worried about security. There are also disagreements among political leaders. The government say the country needs to move forward. Opposition groups have raised concern about the election process. International partners have also called for an inclusive political process. At the same time, ordinary South Sudanese are dealing with economic difficulties. Many people are struggling with high living costs. Government employees are complaining about unpaid salaries. Some communities are facing insecurity. Other communities are struggling with hunger and poor harvest. So, while political leaders and lawyers are debating important issues in Juba, ordinary citizens are also asking a simple question: what will happen to our country? Behind the legal argument, there are real people. The violence in Nasser affected soldiers, families, civilians, and communities. Every death leaves behind relatives. Every conflict creates fear. Every displaced family has a story. This is why many South Sudanese want political leaders to solve their disagreement peacefully. People have already experienced years of conflict. They know what war can do. They know what it means to lose family members. They know what it means to leave a home. They know what it means to live without security. For many citizens, the biggest hope is that political disagreement will be handled through court, negotiation, and peaceful dialogue instead of violence. Well, the next major development will come from the court. Machar is expected to continue his different testimony on Friday. His lawyers will continue presenting their case. The prosecution will also continue defending its position. The judge will listen to the argument and evidence before making further decision. The trial may still take time. It is important for people following the case to separate allegation from proven fact. The prosecution has made its claim. The defendant have denied them. The court rule is to examine the case according to the law. That is why the final outcome should not be decided by social media argument or political opinion. The legal process must be allowed to continue. Here is our final thought. The court rejection of Machar request to make private audio and video recording may appear to be a small legal decision, but because of who Machar is and the wider political situation in South Sudan, even a small development in this case can attract major attention. For now, the court has made its position clear. Machar defending will not receive the special recording permission it's requested. His request concerning written testimony was also rejected, and the trial will continue. The next important date is Friday, August 21st. We'll continue watching what happened in the courtroom and what this case means for South Sudan's political future. For now, that is the latest from Dr. Machar. Thank you for staying with us. If you are new to Changfied YouTube channel, I would like you to channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell, so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.